And welcome back, everybody. Brad Radisi here with you, and it's time for our Bulldog conversation. I'm joined by Samford's baseball coach, Casey Dunn. And, Coach, boy, another season right on the cusp. You guys are ready to go here in a couple weeks.
I say I don't know if we're ready yet, but it's upon us, that's for sure. So trying to get guys ready, get guys in shape, especially with pitchers, trying to build them up ready for that opening weekend.
When do you guys get the team back and really start practicing and getting them ready for the season?
You know, I think that's one of the disadvantages that we have here with the Jan term schedule. Our kids get on campus so late. So this year we started school on a Monday and we started team practice on a Friday. So, we lose a lot of that, that skill development time that a lot of people get that start earlier in the month. So, we kind of have to fast forward things. We have to rely on our kids doing a lot of work over the Christmas holidays on their own. But I say that and I complain about it every year. But, once that opening weekend rolls around, I think all of our kids are typically ready to go.
And with that being said, how do you feel about the squad as they enter the season here in late February?
I think it's a little bit mixed. I think from a position standpoint, you feel pretty good about it because it is an older group, and it should be some veteran guys that are prepared as the season begins. They know what they're about to go through. They've been through it multiple times already in their career here, and have done so with success. We bring back a lot of veteran guys who not only have played but have played well. Whereas on the pitching staff, we have 2 experienced guys coming back, and the rest are new freshmen or transfers or sophomores that were limited in their role last year. So, I think you feel good about it on one end, and then there's a lot of nervousness in on the pitching side right now.
As a Samford baseball fan, I know everybody was excited to see a lot of preseason honors for our guys.
No question, and really. It's neat that in pretty much all the polls, we at least had one person. I don't think there's been any preseason teams announced where we haven't had at least one guy listed somewhere. So, between Heath and Hunter and Austin Edens, those 3 guys have got a lot of national accolades. I think in a lot of the conference preseason polls, we've had as many as 6 of our guys on some preseason conference teams. So that's encouraging. I hope that not only are those guys there at the end of the year, but also a few more can join them by the end of the season.
Walk me through a baseball season. How much are you guys getting better during a year? I know that's probably the goal. Is it an effort to just keep getting better and better with each series?
No, I think we talk about it a lot, is that, you want to play your best baseball that last week of the season. You want to be as good as you can in the conference tournament. And I think if you look at what our program has done over the last 7 or 8 years, you'll see that our tournament finishes have always been better than our regular season finishes. Even last year, we finished second in the league during the season. We also finished second in the tournament, unfortunately. But, we have been able to succeed at getting better, playing better down the stretch, playing better that last weekend in the tournament. I think we've been in tournament finals 4 of the last 5 years. We've only been to 1 regional, but we've had 4 chances in the last 5 years. And so that's been encouraging. I think this year, especially more so than any other, that's definitely going to be the key. We mentioned the inexperience and kind of the nervous energy we have in terms of our pitching staff. But the positive of that is I think there's some really talented young guys. This past week, and with our scrimmages, we had 2 freshmen throw the ball really well. I'm not telling you they're ready to go win a conference game tomorrow, but they're guys by the end of the season I think have a chance to be really good. And I think that holds true for several of our freshmen and sophomores. Just as they get college experience, as they go through the season, they learn how to handle the travel and everything else. I think there's a chance for those guys to really develop and get better.
And lastly, and this is kind of a loaded question, what's the expectation this year? Is it to win the SoCon?
Yeah, I think it has to be. I think when you return as many people as we do, I think that's got to be your expectation. Now, again, for that to happen, we've got to have a lot of new guys really come through for us. Really, our 2 catalysts last year on the mound were both seniors and were gone. You returned Jared Brasher and Parker Curry, and really that's it as far as guys who are experienced. So it's tough to put a ton of stock into it, but I think when you do return the guys we have, the success they've had, and the talent of the young kids, I think that's got to be the expectation and the goal.
Casey Dunn joining us here for the Bulldog Conversation. The baseball season, as they'd say, is on deck, so we're excited about that. Thanks so much for joining us, Coach.
Thank you, Brad. We appreciate it.
All righty, more coming up right after this. You're listening to the Samford Sports Network.